Dear child, it has been happening in small ordinary moments when the room is finally quiet and your thoughts get louder. When you scroll past another voice promising peace, clarity, healing, and you feel both drawn and tired. You have just kept walking. My child, I see you. Not the polished version. Not the one you post or perform. The one who cried in the car for 3 minutes before walking inside. That one. The real one. That's who I'm sitting with tonight. I wanted to show you something. Not something far away. Not something you have to search for. It's been right here. Beside you underneath all the noise. But you've been so busy listening to the loud voices. The ones that say you're behind. You're not enough. You should have figured this out by now. Those voices aren't mine. They never were. Dear heart, notice the gentleness that still lives in you. I know that sounds strange. You don't feel gentle right now. You feel afraid. You feel like sandpaper rubbing against itself. But look closer. Look at what you did today. When no one was watching. You softened your voice when the world gave you every reason to raise it. You stayed kind when bitterness would have been easier. That gentleness, that's the fingerprint I left on your soul. It hasn't worn off. Not even close, precious one. You think you're falling apart. You think the cracks are proof that something went wrong. But I've always loved the cracked places. That's where the light actually enters. You've been taught that wholeness means no fractures, that strength means no shaking. But I'm telling you, the most beautiful things I've ever made started with breaking. The seed has to split open before the tree can reach for the sky. The earth has to crack before the rain can sink in. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. I know the thoughts that loop through your mind at 2 a.m. The ones that whisper that you've missed your chance, that everyone else got the instruction manual and you're just improvising. But improvisation isn't chaos. It's creativity. It's courage in real time. And you've been so brave, beloved. So quietly brave. You don't see it. You only see the times you stumbled. The times you chose wrong. The times you stayed silent when you should have spoken. But I count the other things. I count the mornings you chose to try again. I count the prayers you whispered when you weren't sure anyone was listening. I was every single one. My child, I want you to notice the texture of this moment. The way the air feels against your skin. The way your breath moves in and out without you having to think about it. There's a rhythm in you that you've been ignoring. A pulse that isn't just physical. It's deeper. It's older. It's the part of you that remembers what peace feels like. Even if it's been a while since you visited, you don't have to rebuild your life from scratch tonight. You don't have to solve the whole puzzle. You just have to notice that you're still here, still breathing, still soft enough to feel this ache. That softness is a gift. Don't let the world harden you out of it. Beloved family, if this message spoke to your heart today and you feel led to support this ministry, the link is in the description and comment box. Your kindness helps us continue sharing God's word. Beloved, everyone told you that rest is something you earn, that you have to deserve the right to stop. But rest isn't a prize. It's a place. It's where I've been waiting for you to arrive. You can stop running. You can put down the things you've been carrying for other people who never even asked you to hold them. That guilt you're dragging around. It isn't yours. You picked it up someone else's doorstep and forgot to set it down. It's time to leave it there. You don't have to carry what was never meant for your hands. I know the fear that sits heavy in the center of your chest. The fear that if you stop, everything will fall apart. But I am the foundation. I am the thing that holds when everything else is trembling. You're not the one keeping your world together. You never were. You just thought you were because no one told you there was someone else doing the heavy lifting. It was me all along. Every collapse that didn't happen, every disaster that passed you by, every time the bottom didn't drop out, that wasn't luck. That was love. Dear heart, notice how much you've actually survived. You don't give yourself enough credit for that. You remember the failures like headlines, but forget the victories like they were nothing, but they weren't nothing. Getting out of bed that Tuesday when everything felt pointless, that was everything. Choosing to love again after you got hurt, that was everything. Forgiving yourself for something you've been punishing yourself for years, that was everything. You did those things. You chose life when death of the spirit would have been easier. I was proud of you then. I'm proud of you now. Not the I'll be proud when you fix yourself kind of proud. The kind that is here right now in the mess. In the middle, in the ordinary Tuesdayness of your life. You don't have to climb a mountain to earn my attention. You just have to exist. And you're already doing that, my child. There's a stillness I want you to notice. It's beneath the anxiety, below the to-do lists, past the voices of everyone else's expectations. It's the part of you that simply is not doing, not striving, not performing. Just being. That's where I live, in the just being part of who you are. You spend so much time in the becoming that you forget you've already arrived. You already are the person I love. Not the person you'll be after the next achievement. Not the person you'll become once you fix your habits. The person sitting here right now, tired, messy, uncertain, real. That one I love. That one more than words can carry. Precious one. The world has been loud about what you lack. The ads, the feeds, the comparisons, they all have the same message. You're not enough yet. Buy this. Change that, then maybe. But I don't deal in maybe. I deal in always, always enough. Always held, always mine. You don't have to believe that all at once. You can just let it sit near you like a candle in a dark room. You don't have to stare at it. Just let it warm the edges of your doubt. Beloved, notice the way you still hope. Even after everything, even when you say you've stopped believing, there's still a part of you that looks for the good. You still notice the sunset, you still feel the music, you still reach for connection when the loneliness gets too loud. That reaching, that's faith. It's small, it's quiet, it's almost invisible, but it's there. And it's stronger than you think. I planted that hope deep in your bones. The world can shake a lot of things loose, but it can't reach what I've hidden that far down. My child, you've been waiting for permission to rest, for someone to say, you've done enough today. So, here it is. You've done enough today. You've done enough this year. You've done enough this lifetime. Not because you've accomplished everything, but because you've been present for your own life. And that's all I ever asked. Dear heart, stop comparing your pace to everyone else's. You're not on the same road. You're not heading to the same place. Your journey is yours, and it has its own beauty, its own timing, its own strange, winding logic. I know where it ends. I know what's coming. And I can tell you, it's worth every slow, painful step. But you don't have to see the whole path. You just have to see the next footstep. And I'll light that for you. One step at a time, one breath at a time. You've been so afraid of choosing wrong that the next decision will be the one that ruins everything. But nothing you do can undo what I've already done in you. You can't unlove what you've already loved. You can't ungrow from what you've already survived. You are more resilient than you know, more grounded than you feel. Precious one, notice the people who stayed, even when you were difficult, even when you pushed them away. There were some who held on. That's not coincidence. That's me working through the ones who love you. I don't just speak through sunsets in scripture. I speak through the friend who calls at the exact right moment. Through the stranger's kindness, through the hug that lasts a little longer than it needs to. I've been talking to you. Through 1,000 channels. And even when you couldn't hear my voice, you could feel my presence in the warmth of being known. My child, I want to tell you something important. The healing you're waiting for, it's already started. You just can't see it yet. Like a bone knitting beneath the skin, like roots spreading underground before the first green shoot breaks through. You're in the middle of a miracle. But miracles don't always look like fireworks. Sometimes they look like a Tuesday afternoon where the weight lifted just a little. Did you notice that the slight shift, the moment where you took a breath and it didn't hurt as much as the last one? That was me. That was the beginning. Beloved, you've been carrying shame like it's your name, like it's stitched into the fabric of who you are. But shame is a liar. It speaks in absolutes. You always, you never, you're not. You can't. I don't speak like that. I speak in possibilities. I speak in what if and even now. And there's still time. You are not your worst moment. You are not the thing you did when you were broken. You are the one who got back up. That's your real story. Not the fall, the getting back up. Dear heart, notice the way the morning always comes. No matter how dark the night gets, no matter how long it stretches, the light finds its way back. Your life has that same promise. There is morning ahead of you. Warm, golden, new, and I'll be there in it. Just like I was in all the mornings that came before. My child, let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat with yourself without reaching for your phone, without turning on a screen, without trying to escape the sound of your own thoughts? It's been a while, hasn't it? You've been so afraid of the quiet. Afraid of what might surface. But the quiet isn't your enemy. It's where we actually meet. Not in the noise. Not in the productivity. In the stillness, in the space between one breath and the next. That's where I've been this whole time. Waiting, patient. Not demanding your attention, just available. Precious one, I want you to notice the one thing that hasn't changed about you through all the years. Your heart still beats for something. Even when you say you don't care. Even when you've built walls so high you've forgotten what the view looks like from the other side, there is still a spark in you, a flicker, a tiny flame that refuses to go out. I put that there and I've been protecting it ever since. Even when you tried to snuff it out, even when the world poured water on everything you believed in, that flame is still burning. Dim, maybe, small. Perhaps, but alive. And alive is all we need to begin again. My child, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need a 10-year plan. You don't need certainty. You just need to stay close, to keep listening. To keep showing up for your own life, even when it feels pointless. It's not pointless. Every moment of your existence is woven into something you can't see yet. But I can, and it's beautiful. Beloved, notice the kindness you show to others that you rarely show to yourself. Notice the way you forgive everyone except the person in the mirror. Can we change that? Can you look at yourself with the same eyes you used to look at the ones you love? You deserve that same tenderness. You deserve that same grace. And I'm giving it to you freely. No strings, no conditions, no scorecard. Just love. Simple, unearned, unshakable love. Dear heart, the night is getting deeper now. The world is quieter. And maybe for the first time today, you're actually listening. Not because I'm saying anything new, but because you finally stopped long enough to hear what's always been whispered. You are Loved. You are enough. You are held. Not someday. Not after you improve. Not when. You become the version of yourself that you think I want now. Right now, exactly as you are. Precious one. I know you're tired. I know the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind that lives in the soul. But even that has an end. Even that will pass. I'll carry you through the exhaustion. I'll be the arms that hold you up when yours can't hold anymore. You don't have to be strong tonight. You can just be mine. My child, notice the peace that's settling around you now. It's not the peace of everything being perfect. It's the peace of knowing you're not alone. That's the one thing I wanted you to see. Not a miracle, not a sign, just my presence. Steady, quiet, here. I've always been here. I'll always be here, and nothing you do can change that. So rest now. Let your eyes grow heavy. Let the thoughts drift like clouds across a wide open sky. I'm watching over you. I'm watching over the ones you love. I'm watching over the things you've prayed for, even the ones you forgot to mention. It's all in my hands, and my hands are gentle. Sleep well, beloved. Tomorrow will have its own grace, and I'll be there to meet you in it. Tonight, just rest. Just breathe. Just be. That's more than enough. That's everything. I love you. Always have, always will. And that dear heart is the one thing that will never ever change. Amen. Beloved family, your support is more than help. It is faith in action. Because of you, these messages continue to reach hearts. May the Lord bless you, guide you, and stand with you in every season.